What's up, everybody? I hope everything's going well with you on your end. I'm coming back with another video. I am finally back from my YouTube hiatus. I am finally back from my FGC hiatus. Even though I no longer want to be truly associated with the group, but I can just join in as a casual. But there is a greater topic at hand that I've been wanting to talk about that's been on my mind for the greater part of the year. And social media tends to, in my opinion, get this idea wrong when it comes down to validation. That is the main topic, validation. And what do I mean by validation? A lot of people have this negative idea that I mean that you're just an attention-seeking whore. No, it's not about being an attention-seeking whore. It's about everybody needs it. No matter who you are, no matter how successful you are, no matter how lame you are or how cool you are, we all need it to some degree. Now, I can use myself as a personal experience, and I will as this video continues. But what annoys me when I look at it now that I'm 30 is the fact that a lot of social media influencers, fitness influencers, or just content creators overall like to sit here and paint the image that you can do everything on your own, emotionally and mentally, that you don't need anyone. The only person that needs to validate you is you. And that is a lie coming from me, coming from experience, and I'm not going to lie to you. It is a lie. Now, a lot of social media content creators, they like to say, well, you can use these negative criticisms of people or negative feedback from people as motivation, and you absolutely can. But it can also be burnout. Like, let's take the gym for example. There's only so much you can use negative motivation for in the gym before you burn out. Or let's just say things get better, now the motivations is gone, right? We all need that validation. A lot of people have given up on dreams, passions, because they did not get the validation they needed, or they got a lot of negative criticism at the wrong time. We like to say we don't need it. We like to say that I'm good without it. But how many of us, and let's be honest, have given up on something that we really were passionate about because somebody said otherwise, or without them verbally saying otherwise, with their own actions and isolations and being ostracized, that you gave up on it? I know I have so many things, and I had the brick wall of, oh, I don't need anyone, or I can do it all by myself, and I don't need validation from others, and I need to validate myself. But no, that's further away from the truth. I'll give you another example. What happens when you become your own worst enemy? I'm talking about myself here. What happens when you're so critical of yourself that you can't see outside of it? You would need external validation. You would need somebody in your corner saying, hey man, you're being too hard on yourself. Hey man, you're beating yourself up. Hey man, I got your back. But a lot of us, we like to go out and think that we don't need that. It even pertains to relationships. Why do you think dudes are so hostile right now? A lot of dudes are so hostile because they're not getting validated by women. And a lot of dudes out in this red pill sphere and FGC or whatever area that's dominated by men will say, oh, I don't need this. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You wouldn't be so bitter, or you wouldn't be so hostile if you were getting laid more often. And I know that sounds very vain of me to say, but no, I'm being serious. If you got laid more often and women validated the things you did, you would be all right. But instead, because you're not doing that, you put up a coping mechanism saying that I don't need women, I don't need this, I don't need that, and women are doing the exact same thing. So my question is, that I've been pondering on for the longest, is why do we keep this narrative going that we do not need it? Why do we keep carrying on as if the things that we're doing is okay? Like, I never understood it. Like, for me, it's so damaging. It's been damaging ever since I was a child, and I'm realizing it now in my 30s. I take my life back to like the teenage years, and like, I wouldn't say I was lame, but I definitely wasn't popular either. It hurts. It absolutely hurts that you do not get what you need, like mentally or emotionally. Like, if you're not getting it from family and you're not getting it from friends, and you feel ostracized from wherever you are, and like, no matter how talented you think you are, you will never think it's good enough. Speaking for myself here, like, even now, like, a lot of people will say, hey Anthony, you have a great physique, you work out a lot, you do a lot of hard work, or YouTube channel wise, you make great guides, blah blah blah. And I will never ever think it's good enough. And it's not their fault. It's just the fact of what I've been through. My external circumstances, from the lack thereof of validation and negative criticism so much as a childhood, it warped my sense of reality, and we don't want to admit it. This is why negative content is so popular on YouTube and all these other platforms. Think about it. You look at yourself and you get negative feedback all the time, or you don't get the validation you need as a kid, and then you look at these Instagram posts and you're like, oh my god, these people are perfect. And no matter how much we try to just sit there and say logically that it's just Instagram, or it's just Facebook, or it's just whatever social media app you use, no, it plays a part on our brain. It went from, just casually looking thing to damn near doom scrolling. And these algorithms do not help. Matter of fact, it keeps the negative psychology of your mind of saying, oh yeah, I'm never good enough. And it ruins you. A good reason why I quit the FGC is just too negative, right? Everybody knows it. Like, it's either you're a great player or you're absolute trash. There's no in between, right? It's either you're one of the best content creators or you're trash. There's no in between. No matter how good FGC is a prime example. This is perfect. It's like, no matter how many good things you do, it will never outweigh people's negative criticisms if you do one bad thing. The main man Sweet has been through it. Me has been through it. Arsenal's been through it. They all have. Why do you think, matter of fact, validation just drives everything we do? Why do you think people go out their way to be the best? Let's take people like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Larry Bird. These are great players, Yes, they had their internal reasons for doing what they do, but to sit there and act like being the best and being validated by the fans and being validated by their teammates that didn't play a part in their greatness is absolutely insanity. I don't know where we get this idea from, but I wish it would stop. I realized what this channel was really about as I get older. At first it was me wanting to join the FGC and be a Tekken streamer and so forth and so forth. But as I get older, I realize that is no longer the passion. And it's been reason why I've been so stagnant and having to making videos, because I don't know which way I want to take it. And ultimately, I came to the conclusion that I don't want people to feel how I felt. The things I'm telling you guys in these videos, or if you watch my streams when I'm not bullshitting around and joking, I wish I would have heard it when I was 21, 22. I wish I would have heard it when I was like 17, 15, 16, so forth and so forth. I really wish somebody would have told me this stuff. I really wish I would have had somebody in my corner to say, hey, yeah, I know the world sucks, but hey, somebody's in your corner, I am one of those people that did not have a great relationship with their parents. I am a statistic by every means. I am a statistic. I live in the hood, unfortunately. I do not have a great relationship with my parents. I don't. So a lot of these things I'm having to figure out for myself. A lot of these things I am self-parenting. So I have to essentially validate my inner child because it never got healed. And I know it sounds like a whole bunch of psychological mumbo jumbo, but it's the absolute truth. A lot of us, we are stuck in arrested development emotionally and mentally because of invalidation and the scars that we suffer as kids, and we don't want to address it because it's too damn hard. A lot of us don't want to admit that it's painful being ostracized from groups. Instead of saying, yeah, that actually hurt, no, we just say fuck them. It's weird. And I understand it's a coping mechanism, and I understand that we're doing this to be essentially in survival mode, but how long can you actually keep that shit up? I'm talking to everybody here. How long can you keep that shit up before you burn yourself out? Why do you think that self-deletion is at an all-time high? People are not getting checked on, man. Nobody cares. This is cold out here. It truly is. And we're breeding more cold and cold people. I'm not saying that everything has to be kumbaya and sunshines and rainbows. No. Far from that. But I really do wish us as people would do more mental work and more emotional work and just understand ourselves better. Have that conversation with yourself. Look yourself in the mirror. And I know it's hard, but do it. I do it all the time and it fucking sucks. But you become a better person overall. But You know, I'm at the end of my gym journey. You know, when you see me doing weighted ab crunches, we're almost finished here. But I appreciate you guys for, you know, watching the video, and I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you follow me on all social media. I hope you guys have a great day. I will catch you next time, and